Lee Mims Productions.
We have something to say, so won't you listen up?
Listen up.
We have something to say, so won't you listen up? Every man, woman, boy, and girl. Won't you listen up? We're gonna touch the world. We have something to say, so won't you listen up?
Listen up.
We have something to say, so won't you listen up?
What's going on, my people? Lee Mims here. Don't forget to check out LeeMimsProductions.com for all your music needs. Follow me on all social media. Alright, let's get right to it. Don't respond. That's pretty much it. Don't respond. What am I talking about? You got negative people all around you. The more I live, the more I breathe, the more I walk this planet, the more I figured out that people are just not happy within. It's not because they are without. It's because what's inside of them is an unsatisfied beast of negativity. Some people got it all. Cars, houses, money, and they still miserable. They got the job, got the position they wanted. They got the position they sought after. Miserable. People got the woman they wanted, got the man they wanted. Miserable. Don't have a man. Don't have no kids to worry about. Miserable. Ain't worried about the lights going off. Miserable. I'm trying to figure out what makes you happy. That was the first podcast I think I ever did. What is happiness? You have to go back and check that out. I don't want to take the time for those that have already listened to that podcast, but that is a very powerful podcast. You need to determine what is happiness, and then you won't be so negative. A lot of these times, people that are negative, they have an insatiable appetite. They want something, and then they get it, and then they're mad about the next thing. Or they end up in the present or moving to the future and stuck in the past, just on negativity. What can you do about the past? Nothing. You can't fix it. Some things you just can't fix. But people will hold on to it, and then turn it into envy. Now they mad at the next person when they really are mad at themselves. They are mad from within. They didn't try to fix something within. Most times I figured out in life, if it's in the past and it's dealing with somebody else, I can go to them and let them know this is what you did to hurt me, and either you try and fix it, or I just move on. Either way, I'm moving on. But now I can move on with saying, hey, I went to you. Good Word talks about if you have a problem with your brother, go to him. And you go to him and you try to fix it and it don't work. You shake the dust from your feet and you keep it pushing. I ain't got time to sit and wait and argue with you when you know you grown and you know what you have done and what you are doing. That's the problem I have. At this stage, it's grown people. Why am I babysitting grown people? I ain't got time to figure out what you got going on. If our relationship is valuable enough, you'll tell me, listen, hey, this is what's going on. I'm acting like a jerk because of thus and so. It ain't on you. Or you'll come to me and say, hey man, you stepped on my foot 10 years ago. You never said sorry. I might turn around and say, bro, I didn't even know I stepped on your foot. Or ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't even know I stepped on your foot. My bad, this is what was going on with me. I had this going on, that going on. My vision was blurred, and I stepped on you. I kept it pushing because I was in the mode to keep it moving. Didn't realize it. I apologize. Give me a hug. Please forgive me. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. So people coming to you with negativity, don't respond to it. Especially if it's something you've already addressed about. Or they come to you talking about the next one at the job. Well, if we're not talking to try to fix it, or you're not talking to vent to feel better, or you're talking about it just to damage people or to spread it, then I ain't trying to hear it. And you shouldn't either. If the amount of negativity that's coming to you is bringing you down, it's not helping you, state your piece and say, hey, this is how things are. This is how people are. They won't change. Generally, people don't change unless they want to change. And then some people want to change and still don't change. But then again, that's a whole nother podcast, a whole nother argument. Do people really change? We know people can, but do they really? I have a supervisor who says a leopard never changes his spots. Well, never is a strong word. I'm going to go ahead and say most people don't change. So if they're negative, you might have to walk away from that. Somebody trying to get at you, oh, you think you better. Don't respond to it. Don't feed into it, especially if you've already addressed it. No, I don't think I'm better. I just want to do better. Oh, you think your kids are so smart. Well, I do think my kids are so smart because they're my kids and I'm going to support them. I don't think my kids are better than your kids or any kids, but they're the best kids to me because they're my kids. Don't respond to it. Oh, you think you better. You got to move out the old neighborhood. Well, maybe the old neighborhood didn't suffice. Maybe the school system isn't the greatest for my kids. Or maybe I don't want to have to worry about did I lock my door. Now, crime can happen anywhere, but certainly more places have crime than others. Maybe I want to be able to sit out on my porch without bullets flying through my window. Yeah, of course I moved. Oh, you think you better. Well, I think I'm better than worrying about bullets hitting my kids while they're playing on the porch. Or I want to get them a better education in the school system. Or maybe I just need a bigger place. Or maybe I just like the town that I'm going to. But again, you don't have to respond because you are an adult. You only have to look at yourself and be pleased with yourself. And if this even applies to kids, if kids are listening. You have to live with yourself. Be it a kid, and I tell my kids, learn it now. Be happy with who you are. And if you're not happy with what you have, work at that and try to get more, whether it's education, whether it's items, tangibles, you know what I'm saying. Things, period. If you're not happy with what you have, work towards getting it. If you're not happy, work towards happiness. But happiness starts within. It doesn't start with things. It's not because you're without that you are unhappy. It's because it's something within. Locate it, figure it out. That's what's wrong with the people that keep coming to you with negativity. They're not happy with themselves. They don't have enough to do. I keep myself busy. Between podcasts, making instrumentals, I'm back in school trying to work on my graduate degree, my job, and then my kids and my wife. And then somewhere I find time for myself. So I really don't be having time to be hearing the nonsense. It seems like I'm antisocial, but I have things I like to do, hobbies, goals I'm trying to get to. And when I'm not doing any of those, it's football season. And if it's not football season, there's a season for me to be at the pool with the kids. If it's not that, it's school for the kids. If it's not that, it's me and my wife going on a date. I don't have time to respond to the negativity. Oh, you don't have time for us. Well, I don't have time for negativity. If you want to join me and you want to be positive, then let's go. We can rendezvous at different places. We can set up and we can have time together as a group. If I'm at work and I want to have lunch and you're going to be positive, let's go. But that's my downtime. I'm not trying to hear no negativity for no half hour, 45 minutes. I'm not trying to hear no negativity no time. I will sit by the wayside, kind of like Otis Redding sitting by the dock of the bay, and I will talk to you and try to make you feel better. But if you're saying the same thing over and over, at that point, it's just complaining, and you're not trying to change anything, or you're just gossiping about somebody else. I don't have time for that negativity. And you shouldn't either. So don't respond to it. And if you do respond to it, you respond to it in a general manner. For instance, we don't understand why that person is like that. Perhaps they're fighting some demons we don't know about. Maybe we should pray for them or keep them uplifted in prayer in our thoughts and hope that things get better for this person, because they're obviously fighting a demon that we cannot see. They're fighting something from their past, and we hope that they'll come around because we don't want them to be negative. When you start talking like that, you don't sit down and start say, girl, boy, dish the tea. What's going on? I want to know what's going on. well, eventually you're going to get tired of hearing that and sipping on that tea, because guess what? Think about this. If somebody's bringing you tea, you are the tea at some point. I'm Lee Mims. This is brought to you by Lee Mims Productions. LeeMimsProductions.com for all your music needs. Check me out. Follow me on all social media. Just remember, you don't have to respond.